Friends, good morning. Good morning. It is Sunday morning, March the 23rd. Rise and shine. This is Coffee Talk. I'm WESH 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. Hope you're having a great start to your morning. Hope you're having a great weekend. It's been beautiful. It's going to continue to be a great weekend, whether you're heading over to the beach, whether you're heading into the theme parks, whether you're going for a nice hike, whatever the case may be. We are looking great, but we are watching our next cold front. That front, of course, will help to bring a few passing showers. But does it bring any chill? Does it live up to its name? Does a cold front cold? Hmm. We'll look at it. We'll look at it together right here on Coffee Talk. But first, let's get you outside, see what's doing right now. Temperatures out the door, nice, nice, nice. 51 degrees in Orlando. It's 48 in Leesburg, 47 in the Villages, and 42 in Ocala. Tower Cam Network looking just gorgeous for all of our locations, wherever your plans take you today. I have a feeling we're going to enjoy that sunshine. There are some high, thin, wispy clouds sneaking through, but there is nothing showing up on our first warning live Doppler radar. Bugs, birds, other things. Certainly no concerning elements. So there you go. Nice clean sweep. Gotta love that. All right, let's look at the forecast today, shall we? 71 by 11 o'clock. We climb nice and quick. 79 by 1 p.m., 82 degrees by 3 o'clock. Afternoon high temperatures do end up right about or maybe even a little above the average. 82 in Orlando, average high is 80. About 75, 76 New Smyrna Beach, Daytona Beach. And again, we know that essentially that East Coast sea breeze kicks up, and it's that East Coast sea breeze that ends up bringing in that breeze. So that's kind of where we're at today. Next couple of days are going to feature even warming temperatures. Look at Wednesday. Man, I love that. We've got a really great stretch of weather. If you've got out and about plans, just a reminder, we've of course got the Winter Park Sidewalk Art Festival. Lots of beautiful arts, lots of beauty just in downtown Winter Park on Park Avenue. It's going to be a great day. Might be worth it to have the light sweatshirt or something to that effect this morning, but into the afternoon, not a problem whatsoever. If you're heading to the beaches today, just a reminder, water temperatures are still chilly, mid to upper 60s, depending on, the exact beach you go to, but we're looking good. It's chilly in the morning, and it'll be a nice and cool day on the beach sand itself. All right. So, in other words, looking through the rest of the weekend, it's a sunny day. We've got gorgeous weather for you. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful stuff. So, let's take a look then. Our 7-day forecast taking us through. Okay. Today, looking good. Look at tomorrow. Great, but toasty. 86 degrees our high temperature. Jan says buy the art at Winter Park Sidewalk Art Festival. Yes. How pretty is it? Why is it even still cold out there? Debbie's asking. Because it's March and that's kind of the way it rolls. Which it's March, the end of March. I've got an anniversary and I've got a kid birthday and I've got a wife birthday. Good gravy. How do those commercials go? Life comes at you fast. 82 on Tuesday, 85 on Wednesday. Notice no 70s. Now, there are for some spots, all right? Like for example, remember, Justin looking at high temperature forecasts, the beaches today are a bit lower, right? We know that's the case. It's always the case. But looking at the 7-day forecast, for the metro at least, for the metro, we're in the 80s the entire 7-day forecast. Yeah, yeah. Taylor says brought the spawns to the beach for a bit yesterday afternoon. Can confirm water is definitely still freezing. Technically, it's not freezing, but yes, point taken. It's the 60s is cold, way too cold for me. And Debbie, still your birthday. Yes, of course. There's that. So yeah, John says the cool weather in the morning is awesome. Who wants to make it? Who wants to make up to 75 degrees and humid in the morning? Yuck. Oh, who wants to wake up to 75 degrees and humid in the morning? Yuck, because that's coming soon. Right. So we enjoy what we've got. And then just a reminder, when we look at, of course, I have to sign in. I don't even remember. What's my password? That's my password. Okay. All right, here's the GFS model for temperatures. All right, so clearly we've got a lot of heat. As a matter of fact, the GFS is even saying that we'll get to our first 91-degree day on Monday, March 31st. How about that? That's kind of cool, right? See what I did there? John David says, if you like old aircraft, come out to X60 Williston Regional. It's that time of year. The airport will be hosting the NATA Radial Engine Formation Flying Clinic starting Thursday, March 27th to Sunday, March 30th. That's cool. That's really cool. Matt says, woke up to the GFS throwing me a feisty sun and fun, but with cool weather. Yeah, it's definitely trying to drop the temperatures a little bit there. So that's the current run of the GFS. Let's go from the 6Z to the 0Z. Yeah, not as cool. 18Z, not as cool. 3 runs ago, 4 runs ago. So essentially, if we go back to the latest run, the GFS is saying April 2nd, 3rd, 4th, some sort of a storm system is starting to more and more come into formation. So let's dive a little deeper into it. I already did sign in. There we go. All right, so let's dive a little deeper and see what's doing in the long range. Because just in looking, we know the 7-day forecast through next weekend is nice and warm. But around the first couple of days of April, it's starting to auto's starting to show something. So let's just take a look here. High pressure through the 28th. Okay, well, that'll do it. A nice Gulf storm system around April 2nd. Excuse me. Now, that's the Oscar part of the pattern. Looks like the Oscar part of the pattern there. I just wanted to look back. Yeah, so you see how we've got like some low pressure, lowish pressure out. Yeah. So that second, third, I mean, that's feisty. Storm system. Ooh, like a double barrel low. All right. So that'll definitely, I mean, that's definitely going to be something to watch. We have to wait and see how that ends up playing, right? But at least at the moment, that's going to be the next thing to watch. So that's the GFS for April 2nd, 3rd. Okay. And then look at that around the 7th, another. But that 7th is another part of the pattern. That 7th, that's the Gulf low part of the pattern. So you've got the Oscar and then the Gulf low. Yeah. So those two are a part of our long range hurricane season forecast, parts of the pattern. All right. So let's do this. Let's go back. Let's look at the Europe, blah, 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 blah. Let's look at the European. All right. That's March 28th. High pressure. Of course, the 60 doesn't go on as far. We'll keep going. See, the Euro, though, does not. The Euro's got high pressure holding. Let's look at the Euro AI. It does not. Interesting. Canadian. High pressure. Yeah. Interesting, huh? So the GFS is the only model that's biting on that. So then to that point, it has me wondering. So I would imagine then, so these are the GFS temperatures here. What about the European temperatures? Yeah, I mean the European doesn't go out that 68. Are you kidding me? Yeah, the Euro temperatures are disaster. Ignore that. All right. So anyway, that's interesting. I think at the moment at least, that's an interesting thing to look for looking forward, right? Check the mean sea level pressure. Oh, you want to look at the precip? Oh boy, is it like very heavy rain? All right, let's go back to the GFS. Let's do precipitation. Let's do 24-hour precipitation. Oh my gosh, come on. March 28th. I'm going. Hold on. All right, so we're talking half inch to 2 inches. All right, I mean that's a good little storm system there. There you go. I mean, we need something like this. I wouldn't be opposed to this type of a scenario, but we definitely need something like that. So there you go. A little moist. That's what is that? That's the second and the third. So that's kind of early sun and fun. All right. If you're not familiar, Sun and Fun is a big thing at the Lakeland Airport. Makes the Lakeland Linder Regional Airport the busiest airport in the world, I believe, for that week. Kind of fun. Anyway, so yeah, going to float my tent. Hey, just put the little floats around it. That way, if the water comes up, you can just start floating. So suffice to say, looking at the 7-day forecast here, right? Like not really much of an opportunity for rain. Tuesday, Wednesday, a few sprinkles. Beyond that, we're dry. But after that Friday, Saturday, so you're looking at day like 8, 9, 10, that's when we're going to start to watch the next decent opportunity for rainfall. All right. So that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. All right. Now, the fact that that fits in to the Oscar part of the pattern and the Gulf low part of the pattern is at least interesting enough. Those are pieces that we're going to need to watch, of course, see how they end up actually playing out. And if you notice too, see, the GFS may not be crazy because let's go back, let's widen the view back out. We'll do that. We'll do pressure, anomaly. It may not be crazy because, right, like we know that these parts of the pattern spawn Gulf lows, and that's the what is that? That's the Oscar part of the pattern, right? Let me look at the highlight for the Oscar part of the pattern. What is it? 25. Right? So the Oscar part of the pattern highlighted the northern Gulf Coast from Louisiana to like the Big Bend. Look at the model data. It's near Louisiana, kind of toward the bit. Like this is the direction of travel. The direction of travel is the reason that this part of the weather pattern highlights so much real estate, right? So that's why we highlighted that section of coastline in our hurricane forecast, because this part of the pattern recycles during hurricane season. So if you're if you're unfamiliar with the hurricane forecast, the idea is that the overall weather pattern cycles over and over and over again. And so essentially what you're looking at here, right? What you're looking at here is that part of the pattern that will recycle around again during hurricane season. And these are the dates that we're looking for them to recycle. June 18th through the 24th, July 29th through August 4th, September 8th through the 15th. Now, may we need to change those dates? Jeremy and I have said that we will continue to follow this, and if we need to update the dates, we can do that. But that's that part, and it's at least heartening to see that it's going exactly where we would suspect it to be. It's going to be right about where we think it would be. Now, the GFS is the only model showing this storm system, so it's at least something interesting to look at. None of the other models are. But what the GFS is putting down makes sense to me. So, there's that. So, thanks for pointing it out, Matt. Hopefully that doesn't end up playing out too poorly for you. But yeah, it's definitely part of the pattern that we're watching. So there you go. All right. Always fun tracking the weather because even it's funny, right? Because like even in looking at this quiet little weather week that we have, I mean, there's a few sprinkles on Tuesday and Wednesday, and that, by the way, just so that you're familiar, there's the warm air mass that we're in right now. The winds shift around on Monday, give us even warmer temperatures, and then Monday into Tuesday, we'll watch this little front kind of sneak through, high pressure building in. It's not going to be enough to chill us, but you do notice a bit of a weather turn of the winds. It's going to be enough to help bring those temperatures down a little bit. But unfortunately, no, it's not going to be a massive shift around. Right? So instead of 85 on Wednesday, or instead of 85 on Thursday, it'll be from 85 on Wednesday down to 82. So it changes it around just a little bit. Not a ton, just a little bit. Matt says, I will take the 40s at night for some rain. I feel like 40s at night I would be way too cold. Like this is I would much prefer camping, I think, during the summer when cold for me is yeah, no. Let's have like a heated blanket and all these other things. So, anyway, Jeannie Rowan says, "Can we believe it's going to be April soon?" No. Can we believe it? Can you believe it? I can't believe it. And it's funny because I was talking to Manolfi yesterday, and he's like, "Y'all ready to go for your for the hurricane conference in New Orleans?" And I'm like, "Oh, we are almost to April. I've got a couple of weeks. I've got a couple of weeks until that." And then, of course, there's the Governor's Hurricane Conference in May down in West Palm. I've got a couple of travel weeks coming up here. How about that? Joanne says, "Let's just get rid of the pollen." There you go. Amy, time just flies by anymore, right? It just flies by. It does. But hey, at least we've got some nice weather ahead, right? Barb says, slept with the windows open last night. So refreshing to wake up to 45. Enjoy it because look at those morning lows, right? Like they're climbing. We're not going to have a ton of it. We're not going to have a ton of it. Mikhail says on Facebook, wasn't January like 2 weeks ago? I mean, right? It was. Annette says, I need 70s at night again. I want to set some tropical plants outside in a greenhouse, and they can't go below 65. It's not time yet. It's not time yet. John on Facebook is asking, what's the drought monitor look like? Yeah, so let's take a look here. They should have that conference in the trop. Oh, God. The mold and mildew in the trop at this point, right? Like, that's going to be a mess. All right. Current drought monitor still showing a severe drought west of us, at least west of the metro, right? In these orange shades. The metro under a moderate drought. Our southern spot's not as bad, but much of central Florida under a moderate drought with a severe drought out west. Now, what about the rest of the state? Good, I thought you'd never ask. Let's take a look. Southeast Florida, Palm Beach County, Broward County, Miami-Dade County, those areas also sitting in a severe drought. But thankfully, no one in an extreme or an exceptional drought. So there's that. All right. Wait till you're 60. The month goes by at supersonic speed. Does that make me feel like I can get to retirement quicker? To that point, I wouldn't mind it. Tiffany says, I'm just getting ready for baby to come out. Still a couple weeks, but I'm ready. It's the final count. My Camry is white now. Looks like a lemon. I know. I have to get the car washed constantly right now as well, right? Audrey says, I'm coming home from New York City tonight. It's 32 here now. Can't wait for the warmth. Yes, we got you covered. We got you covered. I'm going to use the term I never love. It's Chamber of Commerce weather. It's just my thing. You would think a roof that was already a tarp would be the easiest to put a tarp on, but you have to like make it and you have to like pay for it. And if nobody's willing to pay for it, then there's that, right? That's, I think, the bigger struggle for things. Debbie says it goes by its supersonic speed, but the retirement goal drags. Isn't that always the way things go? Hey, can I share something with you guys? So, yesterday, we went to Gatorland for the first time. Have y'all been? Can I just say, I loved it. I grew up in Central Florida. Why I never went to Gatorland, I have no idea. And I'm not sitting here being paid to advertise this. Y'all, it was great. Kids loved it. It was fantastic. It was so much fun. Let me see if I can find a clip. I'll show you. Hold on. That's Gatorland. There's the kids. They're all looking. They're all looking. Boop. There's the Gators. So much fun. So much fun. Melinda says, yes, love Gatorland. Can't believe you've never been. Right? How is that? How did I not? Right? Took my grandkids there, Tanya says. Yeah. Debbie says, I've not been to Gatorland in ages. I need to go again. Eric, the kids loved Gatorland. They do. Do an airboat tour of the Everglades too. I need to. Did you meet Carolyn at Gatorland? Good. I have no, I probably not. We just look, I was in like dad mode the whole time. So, trying to keep kids from becoming gator food and also trying to keep kids from beating each other up, but it was so fun. So fun. I hope you got to see Jolene. 100% got to see Jolene. Highlight of the trip. Because Jolene, of course, I remember the news stories about Jolene. So it was kind of neat to Jolene. Oh, so great. She loved it. Betsy says, thank you. You mentioned my county, Broward. We are dealing with real bad fires in South Florida. Oh, yeah. South Florida. Absolutely. It was more fun when you could ride them. Is that, we were talking about that. Like, was that a thing? And you just can't anymore? It makes sense. The world's different than it used to be. Right? Crystal, how's your son feeling? Oh, he's fine. He's fine. He got a couple of, he got his stomach settled and now we're great. Yeah. They did something daily during COVID and loved watching it every morning. It was very educational, but keep the kids busy watching online. That's cool, Belinda. That makes sense. That's so great. Just doing the tourist thing sometimes is fun. I mean, I feel like that's all we ever do, but I had never gone to Gator. I've never been to Fun Spot, I've never been to, what is it, Daytona Lagoon. I'm trying to do these things. I'm trying to do the things that I've never done. Gotta live life, y'all. Gotta live life. Taylor says you can still technically ride a gator, just likely won't end in your favor. I love how they say like they don't take themselves too seriously. Like it was a great time. It was a great time. Whoever's running the place, they're doing fantastic stuff. I love it. I love it. Love it. Tanya, hey Big Daddy. Recap our forecast. I'm a late bloomer this morning. Where do I even begin with you, Tanya? It's beautiful. It's gonna get hot. Big Daddy. What? Amy says, I remember you before you had children. It's nice to see you grow over the years. Well, thank you, Amy, on YouTube. We're all growing. Good, bad, or indifferent. We're all growing. Mickey says, good morning. Haven't seen you on the weekends. I was off this weekend. I'm off Sundays now. So if you're looking, Saturdays. I do the news on Fridays and Saturdays, and all you can almost guarantee me on a Saturday morning. Outside of that, I'm all over the place. I'm kind of like the Swiss Army. I don't have a Swiss Army knife here, do I? No. It's in the garage. So say I'm kind of like a Swiss Army knife, but I don't have one of those. Yeah, I don't have one of those. But if I did, that's what I am. I am the Wesh Swiss Army knife. I've lived here for 30 years and I've never been to the Keys. Matt, we taking the Mooney? Is that what we're gonna have to do? Even if we don't land, even if we just go down there, buzz, and come back, might have to. That's an easy few hours. Yeah. And Fridays and Saturdays it's a date. Yeah. I typically do the noon and 4 on Fridays and then the morning show on Saturdays, but honestly, I know I'm doing a bunch of morning shows coming up in April. That I know. That I know. Steph says, I want to take my munchkin to Gatorland, but probably going to Crayola Experience for the first time before our tickets. Oh, well, if you've got tickets, and do that for sure. Absolutely. Jeannie Rowan, the Conch Republic cannot be missed. It's a whole other world there. It's a whole other world. Lawrence, know of any rocket launches? I mean, there's constantly. Let's see. There's constantly rocket launches. Let's see. Um, one tomorrow. It looks like just before 2 p.m. National Reconnaissance Office. So yeah, there's constantly launches. Who's replacing Sheldon on Sunrise? David's asking. I don't know the answer to that. Whoever it is better be a nice person, though. I'll tell you that for free. Would you fly to space if afforded the opportunity? T Knox is asking on YouTube. Yes. Without any hesitation. I just had to bring it full screen for like, oh my God, yeah. You got one life. Live it every single day. Oh my gosh, if given the chance, T Knox to the moon, Alice. I would absolutely. Annette says, I've been here all my life and haven't been much of anywhere aside from the typical places Miami, Tampa, Orlando. Never left the state of Florida either. Annette, we got to work on that, girlfriend. Savannah's a short trip and it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Never been to Palm Beach, West Palm. Oh, everybody has to do these things. Jonathan on Twitter's asking about Stella. She's doing okay. She's feisty for her age, but she's slowing down. So, yeah. You'd go to space? What about leaving the kiddos behind? What about it? I'm not going to go there forever, Debbie. Jeannie Rowan, so much to do in Florida. I'm hearing that my kids are today on a special kind of crazy. Is it a full moon right now? I literally feel like I hear them just being crazy during coffee talk. Anne Marie says, I love going on cruises. Cruising is so great. My bucket list is to visit every beach in Florida. Amy, that sounds so fun. Debbie, Savannah's gorgeous. And Jeremy Nelson is there. Did you name Stella after Seinfeld? That scene from Seinfeld was from a movie. And no, no, I didn't. All right, I think I need to go. I think I need to go handle some of these kids because they're going crazy. All right, listen. Beautiful weather. We'll do the same thing tomorrow, but be the sunshine in someone else's day. Does that sound good in the meantime? Thank you all for hanging out for coffee talk. We're looking great these next couple of days. Really nice. All right. Take care, you all. We'll see you later.